Hey cool people, I'm Nick, I'm a he, him, and today we're looking at the differences between KH1 International PlayStation 2, which I'll refer to as Vanilla, and KH Final Mix International PS3, which I'll refer to as 1.5, on their original hardware. Let's dive into the deliciously infamous, deceptively intricate, and distinctly inspired Destiny Islands. Hang on, back it up, rewind. We defeat Darkseid in Awakening, and then after that we... Thank you for everyone pointing out my footage was whack. I love you. After we defeat Darkseid, Destiny Islands begins with Sora waking up from his dream. We can already spot a difference. The Destiny Islands theme on Vanilla comes in really gradually.
Give me a break, Kairi.
Sora, you lazy bum.
While 1.5 immediately begins.
Give me a break, Kairi.
Sora, you lazy bum.
Let's actually take a second to listen to how they're different. Aside from 1.5 versions being real instruments, one of the biggest differences is that it has more audible bass now. And the MIDI voices were also removed in 1.5, and if there's any real voices now, they're way too low in the mix for me to hear it. Also, this slaps. Back to the game. When Kairi slaps Sora's head, it has an echo in 1.5.
Ow! Ow!
Speaking of Kairi, her character model is largely unchanged. Mostly they cleaned up her shoulder straps, lightened the hem on her shirt and skirt, also changed her shoes and belt buckle. Another thing I noticed is the wave sound effect in the background of this cutscene are changed. Heard best during I'd Like to See It Too. Vanilla has this deep, very ocean sounding wave.
I'd like to see it too.
And 1.5 has whatever this is.
I'd like to see it too.
And not for nothing, but the cutscenes slowly fall out of sync between versions. For the sake of not overstimulating you, I'll just show the cutscene visually with 1.5 audio.
Give me a break, Kairi.
Sora, you lazy bum. I knew that I'd find you snoozing down here.
No, this huge black thing swallowed me up. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't... Ow!
Are you still dreaming?
It wasn't a dream. Or was it? I don't know. What was that place? So bizarre.
Yeah, sure.
Say, Kairi, what was your hometown like? You know, where you grew up?
I've told you before. I don't remember.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
You ever want to go back?
Well, I'm happy here.
Really?
But you know, I wouldn't mind going to see it.
I'd like to see it too. Along with any other worlds out there. I want to see them all.
So what are we waiting for?
They changed the cloud textures, not him, not yet. These clouds, they aren't just stretched or in different spots. These high clouds just do not match up. The next change is when Kairi says go, 1.5 lingers here while Vanilla shows Riku and Sora getting up. And Vanilla has a sound play when Sora and Riku get to their feet.
Go! Go!
And of course, pedantic detail from me, no way. Squaresoft in Vanilla, Square Enix in Final Mix in 1.5, but I covered that stuff in part 1. One of the larger changes once the world starts is actually the green foliage on top of these white floors. And it's not just this one, it's all of them. Now I did do a lot of testing here, so I'm gonna real quick lightning round some of the neat little bullshit I found. No stat changes for Tidus, Wakka, Selphie, Riku, or Darkseid between versions. All day one NPC text box dialogue is the same, literally all of it. All required collecting materials are the same for both days. The foliage behind Wakka is more pronounced in 1.5. The barrel texture and the box texture are basically unchanged. In the save menu, the Destiny Islands world icon is the same. I also noticed while editing, since there's no memory card in 1.5, there's no red line when saving. We can hang on to this door frame in both. We can stand on this awning by Riku in both. I really dug deep for that one. When leaving combat, the field theme picks up where it left off in vanilla, but restarts in 1.5.
Show me your stuff! To win! Show me your stuff! I win!
Another thing about the music, vanilla fades one song out and another in, while 1.5 fades them on top of one another.
Okay, don't hold back. Ooh, okay, don't hold back.
While we're talking about it, busting up the beach has changed as well. For one, they put in a fucking electric guitar. Here's a weird thing only I'd notice. In vanilla, during the transition back to the melody, that's clearly meant to be slap bass. And in 1.5, the musician just isn't doing slap bass. The win and lose voice lines are off time between each version.
I win! Oh man, that really hurt.
Better next time. Oh, I can't believe I lost.
You really think you can beat me? Oh man, I'm really off today. Hey you guys, I think we overdid it.
Can't believe we lost.
Speaking of the Islanders, here's their stats. And also, their character models are changed slightly. Wakka's pants got an update in 1.5. The X's are lighter with a border. He has pockets. They removed the shading from the underside of his wristbands. He lost the earring on his right ear, and his muscles were changed. Selphie's sandals were dark brown in vanilla and got changed to red and tan in 1.5. Her bracelet texture got an update. Her dress has a hem now. Her bangs were shortened, and the big front pocket is changed. Funnily enough, the rope is still doing this weird spin when she loses in both versions. Tidus' face got a big change in 1.5, as did his abs. He didn't have them anymore. And his shorts. There's now a zipper on his right pant leg, and they're gray instead of blue. Now just as a side tangent, I wanted to see when these models were updated. In 1.5, that's the point of these videos, I hear you say. But nay, dear viewer, look at this recoded shot. Bordered X's and pockets, gray pants, no abs, and Selphie's here too. So I went down the rabbit hole. And next, I looked at Rechain of Memories from 2005, thanks to Cyberman 65's PlayStation 2 playthrough. And indeed, I saw gray pants, no abs, bordered X's, changed front pocket. So I went even deeper. I was hog deep in this now. I found Neronium's PS2 Japanese Final Mix playthrough and saw these shots of the Islanders. Blue shorts on Tidus, no border on Wakka, and brown sandals on Selphie. But what about the Game Boy Advance Chain of Memories, Nick? Did you even look there? And yes, as a matter of fact, I did. And guess what we see? Blue goddamn pants on Tidus, which can only mean the models were updated for Rechain of Memories in 2005, and they've been using those as a base ever since. Also, shout out to Takashi Madigan's Com cutscene comparison. And truth be, I would guess the 1.5 models are from Recoded, based on the renders that you can see on the KH Wiki. As we run over to Riku, I actually want to point out how the vanilla camera keeps getting stuck when the terrain changes, but 1.5's camera doesn't. No clue why, but I think it's interesting. When fighting Riku, his stats are no different. Numbers sprout within it, grow, consume it, such as its nature. But we can fall off 11 different ways, dropping into the water and instantly losing. But will only remain on the island when being defeated by Riku or when leaving via the bridge. However, in the PlayStation 4 version 1.5 plus 2.5, The increased frame rate doubles the timer, making it so if we lose, we teleport back to the island before hitting the water, unless we jump in from a higher starting point. We can win and lose to Riku 100 times each in both versions. I think the Riku fight is as good a spot as any to explain the damage formula. In its simplest form, it's attacker strength plus the attack's power minus target defense equals X. Make like Roxas and stick with me here. X is then plugged into this. There's a few more things in the formula, but I think for now, if I have to explain any deeper, I might have to start jingling keys for some of us. However, there is a reason I brought this up. While the core formula wasn't changed, in the future we will see strength or attack power changed, for Sora and for enemies, defense is changed, a whole bunch of other stuff, and changing those things can change the damage outcomes majorly. So just keep this Horde formula in the back of your mind. Or repress it, up to you. For now, that's about all there is on day 1. Before I go to day 2, I usually level grind to 6 with tidus, and while recoil is important here, I'll explain that mechanic at a later time. But take a look at this, the level ups themselves. Starting at level 3, I gain a strength boost at level 4, defense boost at level 5, HP boost at level 6, but in 1.5 I also gain an ability at level 6, which was Stun Impact. Now I didn't mention it in the first episode, but I did take the staff route in both, and so that's largely what I'll be comparing. Though the other routes have major differences as well, which I did briefly showcase. Unrelated, but I also found out you can throw this barrel at the islanders, which is just so funny. If you're curious, object throwing does use the damage formula, making attack power plus 8, so Sora strength plus 8 minus enemy defense equals X, and that plus 8 is essentially quadruple damage compared to a normal hit. Now being at level 6, we can notice the EXP differences already. I chose Night Route on both, and while I need 97 more to reach level 7 in both cases, I've only needed 234 XP in Vanilla compared to the 241 in 1.5. Not a huge difference, but will only diverge more from here. And the last thing I'll do for now is talk to Kairi. Women, or whatever straight men say. There are some items you can and can't get depending on what you say to her. If you said you're totally clueless, she'll give you no item at the end of the day. If you said you're a little lost, you'll get a potion. And if you said nothing or you've got it covered, you'll get a high potion. But for now, we'll move on to the cutscenes leading into day 2. The Sora, Kairi, Riku cutscene slowly becomes desynced, and like before, I'll only play the 1.5 audio while showing both visuals.
Could be. We'll never know by staying here.
But how far could a raft take us?
Who knows? If we have to, we'll think of something else.
So, suppose you get to another world. What would you do there?
Well, I haven't really thought about it. It's just, I've always wondered why we're here, on this island. If there are any other worlds out there, why did we end up on this one? And suppose there are other worlds. Then ours is just a little piece of something much greater. So, we could have just as easily ended up somewhere else, right?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why we need to go out there and find out. Just sitting here won't change a thing. It's the same old stuff. So let's go.
You've been thinking a lot lately, haven't you?
Thanks to you. If you hadn't come here, I probably would have never thought of any of this. Kairi, thanks.
You're welcome.
In this scene where Riku throws a Paopu at Sora, in Vanilla, they remove the footstep sound effects when Sora enters the seaside shack. Then they start him up again when he exits. Makes sense. But they just keep it in 1.5 and immediately change it to sand footsteps when he goes off screen. So that's a choice. Mickey Mouse March enters about a second later in the 1.5 version. And very well executed, this song is functionally no different between versions, aside from them using real instruments in 1.5. We can take notice here in the garden. In 1.5, Donald's overshirt is slightly lighter, his zippers are updated and lightened, his buttons were changed, the overshirt outline is silver in vanilla and gold in 1.5, and he got new stitches on his hat. Goofy got an update too, his knight's belt, weird stomach clasp, and collar all got updated, and his armor is now more of a cool blue instead of a gray. I don't want to start day 2 off with something political, but the loading screen heart doesn't appear in vanilla. I know. Let's pivot to something less controversial. When saving, PS2 has memory card slots. If you're from the late 1900s, you know this. But that means in vanilla, you can't delete a save from the menu like you can in 1.5. If we go to the Cove early and talk to Kairi before Riku on day 2, she will say the same thing in both versions. And if we run over to Riku, we'll notice the rocks around his feet got a UV map update. Shout out to Rebellious Trico for sharing the UV maps with me. You may notice there, Riku's hair is different, but I'll get a little deeper into that later. He will have his moment, I swear. So for the name of this ship, I tested ass, fuck, bastard, sexy, and dick. I swear I'm not 13. And needless to say, there's no ship name sensor in vanilla or PS3. I specified PS3 this time because in PS4 and Steam versions there is indeed a sensor which does not allow any of those except sexy, nor 5 or more numbers weirdly. One thing I really appreciate is just how accurate a lot of these textures are. Look at this wide shot of the race course. Beautiful. Sora says, huh? Sooner 1.5, making this little scene go out of sync.
I get to share the Palpoo with Kairi.
Huh?
Deal? The winner gets to share a Palpoo with Kairi.
Wait a minute.
Okay, on my count.
Also, look at how giant the timer boxes are in 1.5. That's wider than my dick, brother. What the fuck? The first time we raced Riku, they added a noise to pausing and to unpausing in 1.5. On a subsequent race, we can still pause against Riku, but we are taken to a menu that says continue, restart, or quit, and the music persists quietly. Also, vanilla has sound effects this time. They changed one of Kairi's text lines. When returning to her, in vanilla she says, "Hey, that was quick. Thanks, Sora." And they changed it to, "Hey, you didn't slack off this time. Just kidding." Speaking of her dialogue, if we answer "I'm a little lost" or "I'm totally clueless" to Kairi, she'll give us hints and end her sentences with, "I'm counting on you." But if we win the race and answer "It's all under control" 3 times, Kairi will instead end her sentences with, "Thanks, Captain Sora," in both versions. And also the no item potion and high potion outcomes persist on day 2. Moving on to collecting items, there's rock breaking glitches in both. And in the secret place, I saw little to no differences in the cave paintings. Examining the door before and after meeting Ansem has the same dialogue in both versions. Looks like young Kairi and young Sora didn't really get any update at all, but here's a comparison of them to their PSP BBS versions. You know, just for the fun of it. When Sora is drawing, the song here is called Treasured Memories. Starts just a touch later in 1.5 than in vanilla, and I didn't notice any notable differences between versions. The line, soon to be completely eclipsed, is desynced, and suddenly the last 3 lines are all perfectly synced up.
Soon to be completely eclipsed. You understand so little.
Oh yeah? Well, you'll see. I'm gonna get out and learn what's out there.
A meaningless effort. One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
The song playing here is called Strange Whispers. Not that whisper, no. And while this song is also mostly unchanged, it is interesting to see how differently they use it. In vanilla, it's way softer and more like mood dressing, while in 1.5 it's this loud, ominous presence that it really lets you know something is off.
Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well, where did you come from? Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well, where did you come from?
Also, it seems they removed this little sound effect when Sora looks at the door in 1.5. Now, when it comes to combat on day 2, almost all of the win and lose cutscenes are desynced.
What? And all you got? You got lucky.
No contest. Oh man, what's up? Not your day, I guess. Man, you're unreal.
And last thing to note about Riku, we can win and lose to Riku's race 100 times in both versions. Riku, please, I don't want to race anymore. I don't want to race anymore, Mom, done. I don't want to do this race anymore. On our way back to Kairi, we can find a chest in this elevated wall hole. The chest double tap is deeper in vanilla and contains Protect Chain in both. Also, 1.5 adds in this scene of Kairi deliberately showing Sora her good luck charm, which is absent in vanilla. During the Kairi and Sora dock scene, this bad boy can hold so many desyncs and resyncs.
You know, Riku has changed.
What do you mean?
Well,
You okay?
Sora!
Also, the track Kairi 1 is playing, and props to Shimomura, this was another song I could find no discernible differences. Same with the song It Began With a Letter in the next scene. Once we see Jiminy, we get our first change in a while. He got his 3 hairs dyed black and some socks on in 1.5. The button on his red vest also appears to be bigger and pinker in 1.5. And believe it or not, I did go digging for Jiminy too, and it seems his update was also in Rechain. Although I wouldn't be shocked if they actually pulled his model from Recoded or Dream Drop. During the scene of Donald and Goofy walking to the gummy hanger, the music A Walk in Andante is perfectly in sync. Except for the last 6 notes.
Ooh, I guess we'll need new duds when we get there. Oh.
One quick thing, for Donald and Goofy's Magician and Knight outfits, it seems they were updated in vanilla PSP Birth by Sleep, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were from Dream Drop Distance. In vanilla, the scene transition has a higher pitched noise and whirring gears. 1.5 just has a deep noise and that about sums it up for day 2. In Sora's room, Kairi's lines have a lot less echo in 1.5.
I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great. Just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
But his mom gets ditched all the same. Then on the island proper, the giant ball of darkness got beefed up in 1.5, which looks like it may be the BBS model. I compared it to the Rechain model, which is more orangey, so yeah. If you happen to save and reload your data, you can hear in vanilla that the music washes in, but has this like deep fade in 1.5. As for the actual song playing, Night of Fate, it's actually a little different. Vanilla has a very loud bass, and largely, I just heard MIDI piano, MIDI bass, MIDI flute, and MIDI drums, whereas 1.5 is mixed differently and has backing vocals. Now here's something mechanically interesting. While messing around in Cheat Engine, I found this enemy damage modifier here on Destiny Islands. Shadows have 6 strength in both versions and a times 0.001 damage modifier in both, ensuring the shadows always do 1 damage. Both games have this door cutscene. When we approach Riku, we can finally talk about his character model. You can really see it in the shot of the side of Riku's head, how much shading they took out of 1.5. And as far as the rest of his model, well, it's really not that different. A slightly wider face, but otherwise just cleaned up lines. The shimmering noise when the light shines plays a little sooner in vanilla. Something I didn't notice about Sora's model till now is that the zipper is updated on his red romper in 1.5, and his gloves got updated. His sleeve has a hem in 1.5 as well. And the keyblade is also missing some minor details, like the lines in the yellow guard and the line between the blue piece and the blade itself. Sora's model was largely updated in Rechain of Memories, but take a look at KH2 Final Mix. They actually are still using the original KH1 Sora model in the non-flashback cutscenes. But the Keyblade actually got an update earlier in Kingdom Hearts 2 Not Final Mix, as you can see here with Roxas, but not here with Kingdom Hearts Final Mix PS2 Sora. Back to the game. Shadows drop potions at 5% in both versions, which I assume was the only thing keeping their booty cheeks from clapping when they walked. Also, shout out to 2C Phoenix, forward water death happens in both versions as well. Entering the ornate door, we can find Kairi in the secret place, and during this scene, Kairi being flung by the door's darkness is slightly faster in vanilla, but then catching her takes longer, so they end up at almost the same spot. Sora lands at different times in the next scene, but says whoa at the same time.
Whoa!
You can also more accurately see how different the metal piece of his gloves are in here. Vanilla takes a little longer for the Darkseid fight to start, even if nothing is actually different between the two. And also for Destiny's Force, during this bridge portion, the piano changes. In vanilla, it's fast notes in the background, while in 1.5, it's up front with the beat. In fact, the horn that used to be the beat in vanilla is replaced with the piano in 1.5. When the fight is over, Darkseid floats away like he's being raptured, and Sora lets go of the debris a little sooner in vanilla. And with that, we are not done. 3 things I forgot to mention. 1. If you beat Riku 100 times and discard a potion, you can beat him again to get another potion, even though the counter doesn't tick up. Same with Pretty Stones for the race. 2. While getting to 100 wins, I saw this walking animation Riku does on vanilla, and it happens so infrequently on PS3 and PS4 that I didn't even get footage of it, but I do know it exists in those versions. 3. After I finished getting all of my footage, I remembered something. Elbow Juice had made a video detailing the coconut drop rates. It's a speedrun history video, but those are also in there. And so my evil brain said to me, what if they're different in Kingdom Hearts 1 versus Final Mix? Okay. So I went in, and in both games, I hit all 16 trees 100 times to see what their drop rates roughly were. And largely I found nothing. There's 6 trees in the front of the island and 10 in the back. And while percentages are nice, I'd rather show you the averages of every tree so you can see how many you'd expect to get per 10 hits. Okay, so I didn't find nothing, but like lock on tree 4 and 8 in the cove both drop more yellow coconuts on average in 1.5 compared to vanilla, but everything else I would say was in a reasonable margin of error. And if you'd like to know why I hit these trees 3,200 times, it's because I'm criminally insane, so if you don't see a part 3, it's because they locked me up. I went coconuts, you could say. In the meantime, check out Elbow Juice's video to learn more about the coconuts and speedrunning. Otherwise, if you'd like to support me and my terrible jokes, join my Patreon with these lovely folks linked on my channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!